time. Today, we're not just brewing. We're embarking on a journey to transform the exceptional into the extraordinary. So before we begin, I invite you to think back to a moment where a cup of coffee transcended the ordinary for you. What was it about that experience that left an indelible mark on your memory? Now hold that thought as we aim to recreate that sense of wonder and discovery today. Our journey begins with a simple premise, taking exceptional ingredients and combining them to craft a masterpiece. Now imagine the process of creating a gourmet dish, where each ingredient is selected for its ability to enhance and complement the other. Judges, today we apply this culinary philosophy to coffee. So let's start with our very first ingredient. It is a natural Eugenioides, grown at 1,850 meters above sea level, from Immaculada Coffee Farms, Valle del Cauca, Colombia. I've chosen this coffee because of its unbelievable sweetness, which is actually truly unique to the species. It has a different quality of sugar that supports the ripe fruit character and enhances complexity in different sugars detected. Eugenioides also contains half the caffeine content of Arabica, resulting in a coffee with almost no bitterness. This coffee went through an anaerobic fermentation for 216 hours with a controlled temperature of 20 degrees Celsius before it's dried as whole cherries for 20 days. Now this will not only create a very high sweetness, but also flavor complexity, which you will taste as pineapple and raspberry. The second and third ingredients are natural and washed geisha, grown at 1,600 meters above sea level from Misty Mountain, Panama. Now I've chosen this coffee because of its sweet and complex flavor profile, which are results of truly unique terroir that surrounds the geisha varietal. Misty Mountain is one of Justin's farm from Longboard Coffee. It is a true forest geisha. Its unique microclimate is sunny and breezy half the year and enshrouded in mist the other half. Now this condition slows down the maturation of cherries, increasing sugars and sweetness in the final cup. Both geishas were sunbathed for 1 day. The natural geisha is then transferred to a dark room for 35 days, whilst the wash for 10 days. The direct sunlight enhances the sugar migration of cherries, whilst the darkroom drying process ensures a steady and controlled drying of the cherries. Now this will preserve that rock melon flavor and ripe raspberry, which really elevates this geisha. All three coffees were roasted 3 days ago separately on the nucleus link. The convectional heat application in combination of 100 grams batch size gave me a better control over the roast, prolonging the development time to 10.3% to boost the sugars. All three coffees were roasted for 7 minutes, 50 seconds development time. Now this will bring out the most aromatics in the blend and flavor complexity. After roasting and degassing the coffees, we now come to understanding different grind size based on the coffee densities. The Eugenioides is ground around 750 microns, whilst the geisha is 660 microns. This is based on the coffee's solubility, which I will furthermore push by layering all three coffees. So for today's recipe, 10 grams of natural Eugenioides, 6 grams of natural geisha, and 4 grams of washed geisha. In total of 20 grams of coffee with 300 grams of 93 degrees Celsius water for an ideal flavor balance. Judges, I have to extract both coffees differently. Eugenoides has low solubility, whilst the geishas are easily soluble. Therefore, I'm blending all 3 coffees by creating layers of coffee bed in my dripper. The Eugenoides sits at the bottom layer, providing that high sweetness, syrupy body, and floral aroma that we all love. Whilst the natural and washed geisha sits at the middle and top layer consecutively. Now this will provide flavor complexity, elegant body, and that flavor and that smooth, elegant florality. Now judges, by layering all 3 coffees, I have more control over my blend, and I can produce a more uniform result in all 3 brews. So today, I did a 5 equal pour structure, each time allowing the water to drain through the coffee bed completely. Now this increased my yield without losing vibrancy. The water I use sit at 96 ppm. Now I found out with this TDS and this blend really produce a transparent, juicy, and viscous cup. For today, I chose to use the MK dripper. The MK dripper is a flat bed dripper with large base radius. Now this will create a short and flat brew bed, allowing me to extract more evenly. That dripper also has 5 large drain holes. Fast flow rate produces a clean cup. And then paired with Seabury's flat papers will prevent any unwanted bypass. Now this is due to the waveless form of the paper filter and then air bubble between the surface of the dripper and the paper filter itself. So now judges, I would like you to please take notes of what you're going to find in the cup. In the aroma, medium to high intensity of coffee blossom, floral jasmine, and ripe pineapple. The flavors flavors are medium intensity from hot to cold. When hot, you will find fresh pineapple, rock melon, and ripe raspberry. When it's warm, fresh melon turns into candied or caramelized melon and comes in wild strawberries. As it cools, comes with yellow stone fruits like mango and peach and purple grape. The acidity of this coffee, the aftertaste of this coffee is medium length, is very sweet. When it's hot, it reminds me of sweet chocolate. As it gets warm, fresh sugar cane. As it gets cool, tropical, like passion fruit and mango. The acidity of this coffee, it is very vibrant. When it's hot, it is malic. When it's warm and cold, it turns tartaric citric, like orange soda. Last but not least, the sweetness of this coffee, when it's hot, it's medium to high intensity. When it's warm and cold, it turns to high intensity. The mouthfeel of this coffee is very sweet and lingering. Judges, I hope you enjoyed the presentation as much as I do. Thank you very much for your time, and this is my time.